How are you? I'm hoping everybody had a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed your holiday break, enjoyed that time with the kids and the family. Um, if you don't know, I'm Angela, aka the Mama Pusher. I don't know if I really like that name, y'all. And I don't know if I'm thinking too hard. Like, do I even need an extra name? Just call me Angela. But I do know for now I am feeling the Mama Pusher. I'm ready to push y'all out of those dark places, push you into your purpose, and just push you into the future. Being a single mom is not always the easiest thing. Hold up. It's not the easiest thing, period. Okay? Forget always. It's not the easiest thing. And then we have moments, we have times, you know what I'm saying? Things can be easy and fine during this season, and then, horrible in the next season. You feel me? And then we grow from it and we grow out of it. You know, some of us are still growing from and growing out. And then some of us have actually arrived to, very successful places and places that we want to be in. And the beauty of it is, if we do this thing together, we can push and motivate another mom along the way. So that's why I'm here. I just want to build a community. I just want us to, like I say, slay those stigmas, shut down, the stereotypes, shut down the cliches. I'm sick of it because, to be honest, single mamas are some of the most successful people that I know, period. We are shutting stuff down with degrees, businesses. It's just a lot that we do. So there's a lot of negativity behind it. I don't know where you're from or what you see, but I know from what I've seen a lot, the media, is just, being a single mom is just not, that's not the best thing to be. It's looked down on. And if we're honest about it, it can be shameful. And we definitely don't want it for our kids. So I say this, if we don't want this for our children, our sons or our daughters, then something must be wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't have to live in that wrong. So I'm just here to get us to our next level. That's what I'm here for. And today's going to actually be my first official video. And I thought it was perfect timing. Tomorrow is my youngest daughter's birthday. She's going to be 7 years old. And when I was pregnant with her, y'all, that was one of the darkest moments of my life. That was, oh my gosh, the embarrassment of being a single mom, the shame behind it. A lot of it happened when I was pregnant with her. And I guess a lot of it hit me when I was pregnant with her. I just started realizing certain things like, oh my goodness, what have I done? What have I done? I'm 24. I think I was pregnant with her at 24. I'm 24 and I'm about to have my third baby by the third man. So it was a reality check. I had got myself in this situation, and while I was pregnant with her, it just was like, oh my gosh, what in the world? So it was dark, it was lonely, it was crazy. So I thought it would be perfect to name this first video Shutting Down Shame. Shutting down shame, okay? We're going to shut the shame down. The past is the past. I don't know about you. I don't know where you're at. And if you can, I would love to know. Leave me some comments. Email me. I don't know, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm all about making things comfortable. Inbox me. Whatever you want to do. I want to know where you're at, on your journey of being a single mom. So when I was pregnant with my daughter, I was in this shameful place. I'm like, ooh, what have I done? This is not how I was raised. I know I've disappointed my parents. My parents don't even know this man. It wasn't even so much shame because, how am I going to take care of her? I think at that time, financially, I think I was in a decent place at that time. So it was more of just shame of what I looked like to other people. I was ashamed and embarrassed of being this young girl with these 2 daughters already, pregnant with another one, and by 3 men. I'm like, oh my God, it was embarrassing. I was so mad at myself. I was frustrated. I was hurt. I actually moved from Indiana at that time to Atlanta. And what I did in my mind, I'm like, I'm getting away from everybody. I don't want nobody to know this. I don't think I've ever even really been honest with anybody about that. And just get this, I am a crier. So I cry over anything. I cry if I'm mad, sad, hurt, happy. I cry. So if I cry, oh my gosh, I hope I don't. But if I cry, I just cry with my emotions. That's just me. Can't help it. I hate it, but I can't help it. But I don't think I've ever admitted that to anyone. The main reason I left Indiana was I didn't want to face my reality. And I figured here in Atlanta, my mom is here. I have some family here. But people who I'm trying to look a certain way to, they aren't here, People who I don't really want to answer to, the ones who I feel like probably would be like, oh, Angela, I don't want to face them. So I was running away from my reality. That's what the shame did to me. It made me really run away from my reality. And yeah, I just wanted to get away. The shame, it broke me down as a human, as a woman. Felt like I wasn't good enough. That's what shame will do to you. It'll make you feel like you're not good enough. It'll make you feel like you're a failure. You have made a mistake out of this world and life will never be the same. And I mean, get this, life won't be the same, but it's not as bad as, what shame would make you believe. So when I moved here to Atlanta, pregnant with her, I thought I was running away, but I'm telling you, when I came here, so much opened up to me, and that's when I really found myself. So what the devil meant for evil, God turned that thing around, and I'm so glad that I'm here. I'm so glad that I'm in this place, because now I have overcome and I can encourage and help others. I want us to shut down the shame wherever you're at. If you're there, if you know someone who's there, please send this to them, because being a single mother is not a death sentence. It is not the end all be all. It does make you stronger. You do grow from it, and the past and how you got there becomes irrelevant. You can hold on to it if you want to, but holding on to that shame, I'm telling you, it's going to make you live a lie. That's one of the main things shame will do. You'll be your kid 7 years old, but you still stuck in that mistake or stuck in that place. You're living a whole lie. You living from a long time ago, a place that you should have evolved from. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't shut down the shame, if you don't really, get out of that place, you're living a lie. You're living uncomfortable. You're walking around thinking people looking at you in certain kind of ways, thinking things about you. Some folks not even thinking about you. Trust me. Now, there are some people who may have their thoughts, but honey, that's life. People are going to think what they think about you no matter what. Some people you will never be able to make happy. So why live your life based on how they feel? Don't do it. Don't do it. Get unstuck. Leave the past where it's at. That shame, that embarrassment, things happen, it happened. Leave it where it's at so that you can live life, so that you're not stuck in your past, so that you're not living an uncomfortable life, okay? So you have to shut it down for those reasons. So I have 3 things that shame will do to you and do to your life. One thing that shame is going to do, if you're still embarrassed about your situation, if you're still ashamed of your situation, I guarantee you this. I guarantee you that you are living a lie right now. You're not living in your truth. You're living in a lie because you're living your life based off of feelings and emotions, not even the truth. Feelings and emotions that you felt and experienced years ago, whenever you first became the single mother. So still living in embarrassment because of it, you're actually living a lie. You're stuck in those feelings. You're stuck in those emotions that you experienced when you first became a single mom. Your child is 10 years old now, and you still embarrassed because Nunu and them down the street probably was talking about you. Oh, you hear about old girl? She pregnant. She pregnant again. Who gonna take care of all them babies? Or maybe your parents said something. I know you don't think we helping you. You know, some parents say stuff like that. So feelings, emotions, and experiences that you felt and experienced years ago, you're still living your life based off of that. It's old. It's gone. You know how much you've missed out on by living in those moments? So many moments have passed by. You tripping. You are. The second thing that shame will do will have you living uncomfortable. You're living thinking people are thinking things about you. You're living your life thinking, I look a certain way. I'm telling you, there was a time where if I'm talking about my kids and their fathers, I'm like, oh, they are with their dad. They're over their dad's house. You know, they're in Indiana with their dad. Leaving that S out, baby. I'm not about to say dads. That's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. I'm not going to say they're with their dads. I left the S out. I remember hanging out with a friend a long time ago. Maybe even 10 years ago. I don't know. But I was hanging out with a friend, and she had a friend. And there were these guys that were talking to us. And one of the guys asked the friend, like, you have children? How many kids you got? This girl had 5 kids. You know what she said? Oh, I have 2. Ma'am, and I'm sitting there like, now that's what we not gonna do. We not gonna, but that's what shame will do to you. That's what shame does. You don't live in your truth. You live a lie and you live uncomfortable. Who wants to go around continuing to have to, I don't know, defend your situation? It is what it is. It is over, and it is okay. If you stay in those moments, if you stay in that shame, you'll never evolve. You'll never get to the greater. You'll never really learn from it because you're stuck in it. So that's what shame will do to you, okay? And shame, obviously, definitely, like I said, will have you living stuck in your past. There's a scripture, you guys might hear me quote this scripture often. It's one of my favorite scriptures, Jeremiah 29:11. I'm not going to preach to y'all, but God is my foundation, and God got me to where I'm at now. But Jeremiah 29:11 basically says, I know the thoughts that I have for you. They are thoughts to prosper you and not to harm you. Thoughts to give you an expected end. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but God has plans, not thoughts. God had plans for you even before you became that single mom. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. So living in shame, how is that prospering you? Living a lie, living uncomfortably, how is that prospering you? You've got to shut down that shame. That's not the plan of God over your life. Get over whatever it is. And if you need assistance and help with getting over it, I'm definitely here. There's people that you can reach out to. I'm sure I am one of them. You have to get over that, because if you don't, you're living a lie. You're living stuck. God said he had plans to prosper you, plans not to harm you. And if you're living stuck, you can't get there. You can't be prosperous. You're actually doing the harming to yourself. Okay? Now, I'm not going to say that shutting shame down is easy. It definitely can be a process. It could be a process as long as or as short as you want it to be. Some of you probably have started the process. Some of you probably don't know how to start the process, and that's okay. As long as you really want to get past that, as long as you really want to move forward and you're willing to face the hard facts, face reality, you definitely can get there. Now, what happens when you shut that shame down? You're going to obviously get the opposite of what shame does. So instead of living in that lie, you're going to be living in your truth. Once you're able to grow from your past, once you're able to realize, okay, that happened, I was there, I was in this certain, place during that time of my life, and I'm not even there anymore. I've grown. So I might as well grow completely, not just grow in age or I do this or that different. The shame, you have grown from that. You know what I'm saying? So instead of living in the past, instead of living the lie, you'll begin to live in your truth. And how you do that, you face those hard realities. Face the fact. You know what I'm saying? My situation is, okay, I have these children by different men. What now? That's what I had to ask myself. Okay, what now? Am I going to stay there and let society tell me who I am or what I can do? Or am I going to really learn who Angela is and move on? So face the fact, face your reality, and just begin to grow from there, okay? And then you'll also have confidence. You'll be able to, like, now I can freely tell people my story, freely tell people who I am. I'm not leaving that S off at the end of that, okay? I'm telling the truth. Not that I'm just telling everybody, all my business. No, but whatever. My name is Angela. I have 3 kids by 3 different men, and that does not define me. I have grown from that. I know where I was back during that time. And I'm not that woman anymore. I know exactly who I am. So when you begin to shut that shame down, you get a certain level of confidence about yourself. You begin to know exactly who you are. You begin to see clearer who God created you to be. Like I quoted the scripture earlier, God had plans to prosper you. He knew who you were before you had the children. He knew who you were before that shame kicked in. And it wasn't a shameful woman, okay? So once you begin to just learn and grow from mistakes and past experiences, you begin to have a certain level of confidence about yourself. And that's when you start becoming that woman that you were created to be, okay? Let me see. Look, y'all see me looking at my little notes over here. Yeah, and then you get unstuck. As long as you're in shame, as long as you're still super embarrassed about everything, you're in this stuck, uncomfortable place. Shutting that shame down, realizing, okay, I am me and this is my situation. You become unstuck. And at that point, when you get unstuck, you're able to move. You're able to become prosperous. You're able to grow and become the woman that you were created to be. So it's just important to get past your past. Everybody has a past, just our past is different. You know what I'm saying? Each person has a different story, but everybody has a past. Everybody has something that they did or were into that they wish they probably wouldn't have done. But I'm telling you now, tackling that shame, getting over that embarrassment, you're going to begin to break cycles in your families. Some of you have generations of single moms, single dads. Some of you, are raising daughters, and you don't want that for them. So once you grow in you and get past certain things, you're able to cut that off. You're able to raise your children up a different way. You know what I'm saying? You're able to have certain conversations with them so that they won't go down that path. It's very important for you to get healthy in that area. Shame should not exist. And I'm praying for everybody, praying for all of you, that if shame is there, no matter how big or small, I'm just going to be praying for you guys on this week that it goes. It has to leave. That's not who you were created to be. The past is the past, okay? So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, leave me some comments. Subscribe, share this, send the link out to some friends, and be on the lookout for what I have for you next week, okay? Have a good week. Love you.